5 of the most unapologetic gourmand perfumes in my entire collection. You want to smell like a bakery, you want to smell like a walking cupcake, you want to smell like a delicious treat. These 5 fragrances are the way to go. Although I must admit, I don't know if I can confidently recommend all of these to everybody. Some of these can be a little gimmicky, some of these can be a little too out there for some noses, as it were. But anyway, these are unapologetic gourmands, and I personally love all of these. I'm going to be honest with you though. I don't think I would comfortably wear all of these myself, but I do enjoy smelling them. Actually, from this entire list, there's about 2 two that I actually would wear myself. But anyway, I'm going to reveal them in just a little bit. But before I dive into the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of perfume-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and also give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. Your support goes such a long way. I love you all very much from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for enabling me to do what I do and allowing me to express this passion on this platform. It really means more to me than you know. So thank you. Listen, get a sample of some of these fragrances from scentsplit.com. Please look around on the website. They have so many incredible, hard to find designer and niche fragrances for such an amazing price. You can get a sample, you can get a full-size bottle. It's totally up to you. And of course, it goes without saying that sampling fragrances before you buy them is the best way to go about doing it, especially with regard to a lot of the niche offerings, which can be $300, $400, $500 for a single bottle. I have purchased many fragrances blindly throughout the past 15 years. It is not wise. It is super financially irresponsible. It reminds me of that one Leonardo DiCaprio meme where it's like, no, I'm not rich. I'm just financially irresponsible. It's exactly how I feel when it comes to my perfume purchasing habits. So anyway, these are incredible fragrances. Please, please, please check them out. All of these are super sweet. There is one that's a bit feminine, girly, maybe catering to a younger demographic. Just my opinion. I know there is no age on any fragrances. There's no age, there's no gender. Wear what you like, wear what you love, wear what makes you happy and what makes you feel confident and radiant. But at the same time, you know, traditionally, there are some fragrances that can come across a bit more mature. And of course, I'm talking about like the heavy florals, the sharp, astringent, yellow floral ingredients, but all of these are gourmands. So let's go ahead and start off with a super iconic gourmand. Every single human being on this planet Earth has tried this fragrance. I purchased my bottle from Sephora and I got the mini because, like I said before, this is one that I personally would not wear, but as a collector, I'm like, okay, I have to have this one in my collection, right? This is Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar 42 by Kayali. This brand is, I mean, Mona does such an incredible job of creatively directing delicious perfumes. Yum Bougie Marshmallow is probably going to be one of the most iconic gourmands, which I also purchased from, I bought all of these at Sephora. But this one is also very sweet, very sugary. And I think the Yum Bougie marshmallow trend is starting to fade, especially considering the fact that I have personally witnessed a lot of brands putting out their own version or iteration of that DNA. So at the end of the day, I think if you can check out something like this fragrance, if you're a fan of the brand, perhaps you haven't delved too deeply into the brand, this is one that I would totally recommend. This is Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. As the name implies, sugar, vanilla, it's a gourmand treat. The next fragrance, I think this one is out. I was in Cannes and I went to a perfume store. I forget the name of it. I wish I had written it down or at least taken a picture. And I saw they had this there in addition to another brand new vanilla-based perfume, which is called Vanilla Caviar by BDK Parfum. Wait till you guys smell that one. That one is super delicious. This one, on the other hand, is by Atelier d'Azur, and it's called Novae Vanilla. Yeah, I almost thought it said Vanille. Novae Vanilla. This is a very rich, syrupy vanilla fragrance. And again, I'm going to guess that they utilize natural vanilla in this because the liquid is so dark. And in typical Atelier d'Or fashion, it has the gold flakes in the bottle. I think with some of the bottles that are opaque as opposed to transparent, they don't utilize the gold flakes. But in the transparent bottles, at least, you do see them swirling around in the bottle. This is very rich, thick, syrupy, delicious vanilla fragrance. I love it. Fall and winter time, forget about it. I'm going to be wearing this one a lot, especially since I think vanilla is just such a great ingredient to layer with. So I personally love this one. I'm excited to wear it. The next one is going to be probably the most versatile fragrance on this entire list, even more so than Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar by Kayali. And this one has this delicious vanilla ingredient. It's also a bit lactonic at times. Some comparisons have been made to Bianco Latte by Giardini di Toscana, but this stuff is quite different in its own way, and it's also incredibly strong, super long lasting. That is the case with everything from this brand. I don't remember where I purchased this one. It might have been at Oswald, because I know Oswald carries the brand. I don't think I bought it online. This one you can definitely sample at ScentSplit because I'm pretty confident they carry this brand. And this one by Profumum Roma is called Gioiosa. One of the most rich gourmand perfumes. If you're a vanilla lover, this is one you absolutely must add to your collection. This is delicious. That's all I have to say about it. The next fragrance that I want to talk about is one that you can also find at Sephora. That's where I purchased my bottle. This is a very accessible brand and actually has a very decent price tag associated with it. I don't know if you would call this one designer or niche. I would personally call it niche just because they don't do anything outside of perfumes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they specialize in perfumes. This is a brand that I actually have experience with going back many, many, many years. So this brand has that resolute nature about it. They have the reputation to boot. And this is one of the newest offerings from this brand. And what a delicious caramel-based fragrance. I know a lot of times people think of caramel, they think salty, and that's kind of the case here as well, but it's done in such a rich, profound, gourmand way. And this one by Ellis Brooklyn is called Queen's Caramel. Unapologetic gourmand. All of these are like sweet to the max, right? That's the topic of this video. Caramel, this is the perfume that you're gonna go with. And let's go ahead and conclude with this fragrance, and it is a beautiful gourmand. And again, this one, I'm gonna be honest with you, is gonna be a bit gimmicky. So this fragrance brand has so many beautiful sweet fragrances. I actually really enjoy their pistachio-based offering. I think it's the best pistachio on the market, right behind the pistachio offering from Theodoros Kalotinis. This one is a fragrance that has this popcorn accord. So it is sweet, it's caramelly, it has vanilla in the dry down as well, but it can also be a bit butyric, which means buttery. And that's the reason why I say this is a bit of a novelty fragrance for a lot of people. But look, if you want gourmands, this is probably gonna need to be at the top of your list, if I'm being honest with you. And this one by Joussette Parfum is called Sticky Popcorn. If we're talking unapologetic gourmands, they're not trying to hide anything here. They're like, okay, you want sweet? I'm gonna give you sweet. This is super, super sweet. But I think it's also a lot of fun, right? So they make super strong fragrances. And I think it's a fragrance brand that, as far as their compositions go, they don't take themselves too seriously, right? I mean, with a name like Sticky Popcorn, how many people are going to walk into a perfume boutique and pick up a bottle called Sticky Popcorn and think to themselves, oh yeah, I want to smell like this? But I think there's a lot of people out there who are like, you know what? Nah, I want to smell gourmand. I want to smell super edible. I want people to get close to me when I'm wearing this. And this is certainly a fragrance to accomplish that with. So anyway, if you can find samples of any of these at ScentSplit, please do so. It would really serve in your best interest because you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on certain fragrances that, you know, if you try it and you're like, ah, I'm not really crazy about it, then you've effectively wasted several $100s. So Look, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me today. I sincerely hope that you took something of value from today's episode. And of course, if you did, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and also giving this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. Thank you again so much for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.